We're watching your six, folks. Stay ready, stay free. And when the world goes crazy, what should we do? Drink up, sing it fast. It's the Denton and Sasquatch Show. Two voices you ought to know. From prepping tips to politics, they tell it straight. No tricks from Dixie to the Golden Coast. Freedom's what they love the most. Download the podcast, let the truth roll on the Denton and Sasquatch Show. This place is half talk show, half weird daycare. I love it!
Hello, and welcome once again to the Denton and Sasquatch Show, coming to you from California, Alabama, and Arizona. My name is Sasquatch. I live in California. His name is Denton. He lives in Alabama. And finally, we have Einor, who resides in Arizona. And somehow, through the modern wizardry we call the internet, we make it sound like we are in the exact same room. How you doing, fellas?
Well, I would have done that a little different.
Well, of course you would.
My name's Sasquatch. I live in California. His name is Denton, and he lives in Alabama. And the other his name is, see, because as soon as you said his name, I'm thinking, wait, which his? It'd have been better. Never mind.
All right, we'll file a complaint.
In the circular file, right? I know.
Exactly.
I've been told this before by you.
How about you, Einor? How you doing?
I am shitting in tall cotton, baby. Just
right.
like every day.
Sounds good to me. Welcome,
Cotton
guys.
ain't white no more.
No, it's not. And you wonder where that Cyclops virus came from? Yeah, that's me.
Right into the water supply. Great.
The Cyclops.
Hey,
Okay.
believe it or not, we got an email.
Really?
Yes, email came to me, sassandpals@pm.me. That is the email, but it is from a guy that we know over
It's
at.
not a law firm, is it?
No, well, it
Okay,
may
good.
be.
That sure sounds like it.
It may be, but no, this is somebody we know over at the Outdoor Trading Post, TJC44.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, our man in Illinois.
Yep. And the only problem with the email is it doesn't have anything to do with our topic on the show, so I'm going to save this one for next week.
Okay, so you told us we got an email.
Yep.
You told us who it's from. Hey, TJ. But you're not going to tell us what it's about until next week. What kind of cliff-hanging bullshit is that?
Exactly. That is a tease. That's what's called a tease in the biz.
Well, okay, so tell us what it's about so we got a week to think on it.
Well, I don't even have it
If
pulled
he's-
up.
If he's pissing us off,
Well, I'll tell you. I'll tell you what it's about after the show, so you guys can think on it. But
Because right now we're thinking about flying and, you've heard of ball peen hammers, right?
Yeah. Well, bring it on.
You have kneecaps, right?
Bring it on. All right. Real quick, we're going to do, before we get into our topic, we're going to do a update on the flock cameras that we were talking about last week.
Whoa. Didn't you say that you were going to tell us the topic of the email?
After I talk about the flock cameras.
Okay, I thought you was just blowing us off.
No.
All right, fine.
No. Let me find it here. Blah, 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 blah. Where did it go? Wow, this is a well-oiled machine, isn't it?
we are professionals, baby.
Yeah. Oh, all right. We'll start with this one. Rules for thee, but not for me, said the king and the queen. Scottsdale Mayor Lisa Borowski was photographed by a speed enforcement camera on October 14th, allegedly driving 58 miles per hour in a 40-mile zone. The camera recorded her at about 3:06. A $344 citation was filed with Scottsdale City Court and mailed to her. Then she never responded. So they sent a process server out to her house 3 different times, and she just didn't answer the door. So they decided, we'll let her off.
Uh-huh.
So now we know.
Well, it's probably because she was the mayor, but yeah. I mean, you can always try that. If it happens to you, you can just not answer the door when they send a process server out to you.
You heard about that where the people would, they get a ticket in the mail from those cameras.
Yeah.
And they'd just take a picture of money and send it to them, and they'd send a picture of handcuffs back.
Yeah. Well, at least they have a sense of humor.
Yeah.
But then I move on to, this is at Flock Safety. Basically, this is something this guy, I guess this guy posted this. He says, those flock cameras, I can access them at work. I work in insurance. We use them routinely now. They have me pulling images of your car to see if you lied about the damage. Just last week, they had me check multiple cameras on someone's vehicle to see if there was any damage, to see if the damage they claimed had existed or if it was truly new. In about 30 seconds, I had over 150 images of this vehicle all over the hometown. These are not crime-fighting tools. These are being used to actually F with you. We do it through an ISO search, and all we need is your name, address, or a VIN or license plate number. So take that for what you will.
Well,
look here, guys.
yeah,
Go ahead.
I was going to say the other thing that I just learned this week about those flock cameras, the company that makes them, I guess the Flock U people, they now bought a drone company. So apparently we're going to have Flock U drones flying around as well.
Well, I got a shotgun.
I do too. I'm wondering what are the legalities of that? I mean, if you have one of those drones flying over your property, can you shoot it down without getting in too much trouble?
I'm not sure about that.
I'm not into guns because I'm a peace-loving feller. I don't own guns. I don't know what you're talking about this here. What do you call it? Shotgun?
Yeah, you're a beatnik.
Yeah. But my understanding is that you can't shoot a drone. It may even be like an FAA thing.
Even if it's in my airspace, huh?
Well, your
I mean,
airspace only
your
goes.
airspace.
Yeah, I was gonna say it only goes so far up, I believe.
Yeah, but still, I mean, drones don't fly high. Well, some of them do, but I mean, I can't imagine the Flock U drones will be flying too high because they got to be able to snap your license plate, right?
Yeah, but nowadays the technology, they can do that from 1,000 feet, 2,000 feet, no problem.
Yeah, I was gonna say cameras these days. Well, the whole reason I brought up this whole thing is because it leads into our topic for the week, which is guns. So let me start off with this one. Eagle Sports Range in Cudahy has removed flock cameras from its parking lot after a viral video raised concerns about privacy. The video, posted on X and viewed tens of thousands of times, pointed out multiple flock cameras positioned to capture license plates of vehicles entering the range. Saad Jaber, general manager of Eagle Sports Range, said the range was not upset with the individual who posted the video. We are not upset with her in any way making that video, he said. Jobber explained that the range had already been trying to remove the cameras before the video went viral. The cameras were installed in 2023 after a string of break-ins at the Milwaukee gun range. However, in February, the range asked Flock to remove the cameras due to privacy concerns. So, yeah, they weren't pointed at the street. They weren't pointed to catch people driving badly or anything like that. They were pointed in the parking lot of the range.
Okay, there are so many things wrong with this story. Just off the top of my head. I mean, the Flock cameras, the Flock U cameras taking pictures of your license plate as you're going to the gun range. I mean, that's bad. And I guess it doesn't surprise me, but we all agree that that's a really bad idea. Mm-hmm. But the other concern that I have is who is managing this gun range And why would they hire a guy named Syed
I knew that was going to come up.
to be a manager at a gun range, right? I mean, am I the only one here?
No, as soon
Oh,
as
no,
as soon
no.
as I saw that, I'm like, one of the two of these guys is going to say something about his name.
I don't know.
No.
I'll be paranoid or something, but when somebody says, I'm going to kill you, I believe them.
Yeah, typically.
You're paranoid. That's just a phrase, you know.
Well,
I'm going to kill you and your family. It's just a phrase we all use.
Allah said that I can only get to heaven if I blow you up.
yeah.
It's a phrase.
Take that seriously.
And I get 72 goats. I mean, women.
Yeah. 72 virgin goats.
But no, I guess this guy is the manager, and he said they've been trying to take them down. Why it took so long, I don't know. But apparently the flock company just kept blowing them off, so the people there at the range took them down, and they're in a storage closet inside the range now.
You know,
thank
it's
God
funny
for
that
that.
you brought that up because I was reading about, is a township somewhere that the citizens were raising all kinds of cane, and the city said, all right, yeah, it's got to go. And Flock says, oh, no, we're not taking them down because we're still under contract. Well, we don't want them anymore. It doesn't matter. We're still collecting evidence, because we're still under contract.
Yep.
So, yeah, you make a deal with the devil. Guess what? The devil's going to win.
Well, in this article, and I didn't read that part, but it was the same thing, that when they tried to remove them, they said, nope, we're under contract, so you can't. But they did it anyway. So good for the gun range. They should have never had them in the first place.
Yeah.
Well, it's good. It's very nice of them because they gun range, guns. Not that I'm for guns. I'm again guns because you kill people with guns. Guns kill people. But those cameras could have been blown to smithereens instead of just stored nicely.
Yeah, definitely for sure. All right. Now that we got that out of the way, you guys have, I guess we'll take turns here. Anybody got anything?
I got a bunch. I mean, no, I don't have any.
All right. How about you, Einar?
I'm waiting for Denton's bunch here. This ought to be good.
Denton's what?
You said you got a bunch, so
A bunch. Oh,
said.
well,
Bring it
now,
on.
Of stories.
you know, last time I was on the show, I was advertising for Red Diamond Tea, if you recall.
Okay.
You were.
This time it's going to be Uberti, or Uberti. I don't know if you guys ever heard of it. It's an Italian gun manufacturer. They do
Replica.
what do you call it? Replicas of the 1873, the Matt Dillon revolvers and that kind of stuff. The lever action rifles.
Yeah.
I've kind of lost my mind.
Well, we know that.
They should send me a freaking Christmas card. I'm throwing other guns out of the safe to put those Uberties into the safe. And somehow, the last time I went up to Troy to get a couple of Uberties, a couple of Smith & Wessons somehow found their way home with me. I don't know how it happened. It just, they were there.
That's surprising with you being a hippie.
I know. But I couldn't leave them in the car because, you leave a beloved something in the car and it's hot in Alabama, it could suffocate. So I had to bring it in the house.
Well, that's true. That should be a law.
I know. Unless it's your ex-wife, then, the door's shut. But never mind that.
Hey,
You
now.
would think I hate my ex-wives, but I don't. It's been a joke for me for years.
Is it you have ex-wives or is it you hate them?
I don't hate them. Come on. I'm a loving, empathetic, sympathetic, gentle man. I don't hate them, bitches.
And that's why they're ex-wives, right?
Could be.
But you're
I'm
friends.
sorry, that was just too set up, set up too perfectly.
No,
Easy
thank you.
for me to say.
Anyway, what were we talking about?
I don't know. I know. You got anything?
Not right off the top of my head. I don't know. You guys know my opinion on guns. I have no problem with guns, but to me, guns are tools. You know,
They are.
I went out in the turkey yard the other day, and there was a rattlesnake out there. So I grabbed my Ruger 357 that's loaded with snake shot, and that's my snake gun, and we removed that rattlesnake. And
Oh,
a couple weeks ago, we had a yote out in the back pasture, and grabbed the AR, and the yote is no more. He's not an issue anymore. I mean, to me, it's a tool. It's nothing more than that. And if they want to take my tools away, well, you can't do that because you cannot survive in this environment without having the tools to survive in this environment. And guns are part of that. So that's my diatribe on guns.
All right.
and you live in the desert.
I do.
My first duty station was in the Sierra Highlands in California. I love California. Good job, Sass. You let the freaks ruin a beautiful state.
Yes, it was me when I was governor.
Yeah. So, but some of the toughest people. And that's what, when you said we were talking earlier, and you said some of them aren't all there. Some of the toughest people that I've ever met lived in the Sierra Highlands, amongst sagebrush and jackrabbits. I mean, and so, yeah, I can't imagine. I didn't know any of them who didn't carry a weapon and didn't have better weapons at the house.
Well, desert
Oh, yeah.
people typically are hardy folks.
Yeah.
Or crazy, or both.
Yeah, I think you have to have a little bit of all of that to live in the desert.
Well, I mean, everything out here will bite you or kill you or poke you nothing here is warm and fuzzy. It's just not.
Or lock you in their barn.
Or lock you in their barn, yeah.
I remember that story.
Our boy Giraffe.
Okay, so you killed a rattlesnake.
Yes, sir.
What did you do with it?
Gave it to the buzzards.
You know they're tasty.
Yeah, not so much. I'm not a big rattlesnake guy.
Really?
Rattlesnakes.
We
It's
had
all
a
right.
we
It's
had
all
a
right.
neighbor down the road, George, and George was an old prospector. He was great. George was awesome. He had some big fancy degree from some university back east, and in geology and all this, and then left the university and went off to the mountains in Nevada and Arizona, and never interacted with human beings. So he had no interpersonal skills at all. But he was just the nicest old man you'd ever want to meet. And so whenever I'd kill a rattlesnake, George wanted the rattlesnakes, and he'd always make rattlesnake chili. And he gave us a big jar of rattlesnake chili one time, and the wife heats it up, and we sit down, and she made some good cornbread and everything. We're going to have rattlesnake chili for supper. And that didn't go over well at all.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Yeah, I'm just not a big fan of rattlesnake chili or
Well,
rattlesnake.
maybe that could have been it. Maybe it wasn't the rattlesnake itself, but it was in it was the chili. Maybe if it had been fried, what do you call that? Deep fried
Yeah, like
or
battery.
grilled.
Good.
You could do it on the grill.
Yeah. Yeah, true that. I've not had it any other way, but yeah.
I've had it, I think, twice now, and I hate to say this because everybody says it, but to me it tasted kind of like chicken. But so did alligator. It just tasted a little saltier.
Yeah. Well, we're all in the Matrix, so everything is going to taste like chicken.
But if we're in the Matrix, how does the Matrix know what chicken tastes like?
You'd have to ask the Matrix. I'm
Oh.
just like I tell folks at work, this is not my circus. I'm just one of the trained monkeys
Or clown.
or clown.
This next story here, it's not a gun story, but it's a reason to have guns. Have you guys ever heard of the terror cult 764?
Never.
No.
Yeah, neither have I. I just came across the story about it. Apparently, this is some huge extremist group that is a cult, and they worship the devil. And I never even heard of this before. So let me give you
Terror? Are you saying terror?
Yeah,
cult?
terror cult known as 764.
6'4"?
Yep. I don't know what it means or whatever, but anyway, they perpetrated the bomb threat against a Pasadena hospital on Friday. A person who made the bomb threat against Huntington Hospital early Friday revealed themselves to be a member of the group during a call, according to the Los Angeles Times. A city spokesperson originally said an extremist group known to law enforcement was behind the call. The spokesperson, Lisa Dearden, said the unidentified caller provided some information that could aid in the investigation of the frightening incident. They did identify the group that they were. They did identify the group that they were with, and then gave a detailed account of what they were going to do. She said, "The name is known to law enforcement, and they detailed the bomb threat in addition to some other information. The 764 cult is notorious for swatting calls and other malicious deeds. The group often blackmails its victims, often minors, into making swatting calls and engaging in sick acts against themselves or others. Members have disrupted the Los Angeles area and traumatized local children. One member, Bryant Gonzalez, told a victim to carve his screen name into her skin and threatened to send sexually explicit images to members of the victim's family. He was arrested in Downey in February of this year and charged with production of child porn. Although no one was hurt following Friday's threat, Dearden said such incidents are very disruptive and siphon resources away from law enforcement and fire response times. So I did a little bit of digging, looked it up on Wikipedia, and this is what it says about this group. 764 is a decentralized, internationally operating online sextortion network. It emerged in 2021 from the Cult Network. 764 has been described as a satanic and neo-Nazi cult by some in the media. Investigations suggest that its members' misanthropic worldview and sadistic tendencies are more significant drivers, with group dynamics playing a key role in further radicalization. Members of 764 frequently adopt the corresponding symbolism, but are primarily described as being motivated by sadism. Okay.
Wow, sounds like some great neighbors you could have.
In other words, they're Democrats.
Yeah.
Are they part of the Rotary Club?
They might be. I'm sure they have. What are those things called? Where they feed the homeless and stuff like that.
Yeah, feed them to who or whom?
Yeah. But it sounds to me, and from the picture of that one kid they arrested, it sounds to me like they're a bunch of like little pussy 20-year-olds that. So I just don't understand how they got so strong.
Or weird.
Oh, well, or weird. I mean, apparently they had uncles that overstepped their bounds. But,
No, that's one way of putting it.
Yeah. Let's see.
Daddy issues.
Yeah, Bradley Cadenhead, the network's founder, I guess this is the guy that founded it, was sentenced to 80 years in prison after being convicted of crimes related to sextortion network. 764 has been described as a terror network by the United States DOJ and is considered a terrorist Tier 1 investigative matter by the FBI. 764 is designated as a terrorist group by Canada and New Zealand, which consider it as part of the Order of Nine Angels. I don't even know what that is.
We are so way over our heads in this.
I know, but that's why I wanted to bring it up, because like this is, I mean, this guy got arrested and given 80 years, and apparently they've been doing this for a long time, and you never see this on the news. You never hear about it. This is the first time I've ever heard about this.
But look, Epstein, never mind. These sick.
My question is, how much money have they received in donations from the Southern Poverty Law Center?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Exactly.
I might have to look that up for the next show. Find out.
Think about it. I mean, we are controlled. This country is run by some sick people. And so they're everywhere. They're in the news organizations, they're in politics, they're in industry leadership. Yeah, I can't imagine how many miles Epstein's plane racked up.
Oh yeah.
So are you really surprised that we've never heard of this before?
I am and I'm not, because we hear about so many other things. That's what made me think about this way is that they feed us certain stuff, and then things like this you never really hear about.
Because everything is controlled.
Well, yeah.
Everything is about controlling you. And that's just a fact. It's like, that's why I got sick and tired of watching the news all the time. I used to be just so addicted to it. Why?
Yeah, exactly.
How many times you're just wanting to find out some news, not politics, just news. And so you flip on the TV and it has something to do that, in my mind, is what I call local news. I don't care how heinous it is. But it happened in Toledo, Ohio. Yes, that's sad. I'm sorry to hear that. But how does that affect me in South Alabama? It's just, hey, look over here. Look, watch this little shiny object here. There you go. Don't watch it over here. Don't look at here. No, come here. Look. Come here. That's what it's all about.
Yep, it is. It is.
Well, yeah, I would say if you run into any of these characters, just make sure you're carrying.
Kill them.
Well,
but then you're the bad guy.
I was going to say I'm not advocating either way, because I don't want it to come back and bite me in the ass. But yeah, you need to carry.
Okay, are these guys? I mean, do they have like special tattoos or a certain handshake?
It doesn't seem like it. They have in the pictures, and the pictures will be on the YouTube video, YouTube version of this. But they have like an upside down. What do you call it, pentagram or something like that, with some kind of picture in the middle of it. And I don't know, you have to look at the picture to see what I'm talking about, or just Google 764 or whatever the hell this group is called. Yeah.
Did they all have Charlie Manson eyes, crazed look?
Well, they only had the one picture of the guy that got arrested, so I guess they don't know who the other members are. But I mean, it sounds very diabolical with them, blackmailing kids, which I'm sure they find online, to make these phone calls and to, carve 764 into their skin. I mean, it's very reminiscent of. Do you remember back in the 70s? Everybody was scared of cults.
Yeah.
I mean, they even made a Dirty Harry movie about it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe this is maybe they're dusting this one off and trying it again to get people scared. I don't know what to think about this.
Oh, I just looked up their logo on the interwebs, and so they got the upside down star with the goat head in the back, and then it looks like that Prince symbol overlaid over the top of it.
So,
so
Prince was a member. All right.
So they have to play the album backwards. Okay.
This is weird. They go around and do this shit with Purple Rain playing. I have no idea.
I guess it's.
I was thinking Raspberry Beret, but yeah, okay.
Well, same thing,
That was a good pull, Raspberry Beret. All right, well, let's move on to something a little bit happier that has to do with.
Are we leaving guns?
No. It's still in guns, but it's a feel good story about guns.
Oh, okay. I'll be right back.
We like feel good stories about guns.
All right.
I don't, and I've got to go mess with the AC real quick.
Yeah, AC means he's heading to the toilet.
Okay, well,
maybe not. I don't know. In 2000,
glad we're so important.
The what?
I am glad that we are so important.
Oh yeah, we are. I could just click on his name and get him out of here. Say.
All right, my headset's not on my head yet, but I'm back. Okay, I'm back.
All right, good deal.
I know Sass can tell you I have issues, sound issues, and I realized I didn't turn the AC off. And the AC comes on, and it goes to that vent right here, and you can hear it, and that bugs me.
Okay.
Oh, and I don't have dogs that will bark.
Oh, I do.
Yeah, I do too.
Well, I mean, if I had a dog, I'm sure it'd bark, but I wouldn't have it in the house, is what I'm saying.
Oh, our dogs are definitely in the house.
Yeah,
I've never heard of them.
they'd probably burst into flames if they got left outside.
Well, there's that, yeah.
All right, well, here's the good news story from about guns. In 2016, V. Taylor Tate's family experienced every parent's nightmare when one of her 6-year-old cousins found a gun inside the family home and accidentally shot his 9-year-old brother. The boy survived, but the trauma never left the family. For years afterward, the sound of that gunshot remained a reminder of how quickly a moment of carelessness could change a family forever. For many people, an experience like that would have created a lifelong fear of firearms, but instead, it inspired Taylor Tate to learn everything she could about the firearms. She became a certified firearms instructor and now teaches dozens of women across the southeastern Wisconsin how to properly handle firearms, protect themselves, and most importantly, not fear them. Taylor Tate said the purpose of the summit is to change the conversation about guns, helping law-abiding citizens move beyond the trauma surrounding gun violence and towards discussions about responsible gun ownership for home protection, personal safety, and sport. On my grandparents' farm in the South, a gun was considered a tool, just like you were saying, Einor, no different than a shovel or a tractor. My grandfather took one with him nearly everywhere he went and bought me my first gun when I was about 12 years old. So I'll be putting a picture of her up there on the YouTubes as well. But I'm glad that she focused on the positive about it rather than jumping into we got to ban everything because something bad happened.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And this does kind of lead into Einor's gun safety tip number 172.
All right.
And that would be, if you keep your guns loaded around the house, stupid children might find them and shoot each other.
Mm-hmm.
So if your kids are stupid, put them up for adoption before they ruin your guns.
Let me scribble this down. 172 adoption. All right, got it.
I would like to point out, okay, this is not funny. I mean, a kid got shot and everything. That's terrible. But think about it. The kid didn't have to grow up and join a gang to get shot and have this gunshot scar.
Yeah, he's got the street cred.
Yeah, he's already got it. Didn't have to do a thing for it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how you guys did it, but my son, I've got guns. I always have guns. My son was small. I had a coffee table at the time, which I don't anymore. I think they're stupid. We can go into that. If you guys want to be my counselor, we can talk about that later. But I put my revolver on the table, and I said, look at it. Touch it. Hold it. Whatever. And he did. And he played with it a little bit. That's okay. Never touch it again, because this will destroy people and property. And you pull that trigger, it's going to kill people. So don't touch it again unless I'm with you. Okay? Yes, sir. After that, he would walk, he'd look, he would never come around it.
Well, I'm glad that's all it took.
Yeah, that and, threat of bodily violence. But
Yeah.
Hey, I was his father. I can do that.
Yeah, I was going to say, when I was a kid, my dad, he didn't have a gun safe and he didn't have really any place. So he pretty much hid them up in his closet, on the top shelf up there. And we knew where they were, but we were threatened with our lives that if we ever touched them, we would get killed, basically.
Yes.
And we believed him because my dad, when he said something, he meant it.
Yeah.
So
it's one of the things about the gun. Well, you got to lock it in a safe container, that kind of stuff. Okay, so at 2:00 in the morning, I'm awakened.
yeah.
Okay, and now I'm supposed to open this gun container? Really?
Yeah.
No. I won't even know who I am when I kill you. I mean, it's just, no, it's not going to happen. Hey, do you guys, okay, veering off again. You remember back in the day they're looking for safety things and the cops, they come up with this technology where the cop would wear a ring. Does that sound familiar to anybody?
Did this ring
No.
have magical powers?
Yeah, the ring, it was a magnetic type thing that if somebody were to, try to grab your sidearm and kill you with it, well, they wouldn't be able to make it fire because they didn't have the magnetic ring, which you would. And do you remember that?
Oh, yeah,
Anybody?
yeah.
No, I do not. It sounds like a really stupid idea, but go ahead.
Well, of course. Of course it does. Seriously. But I wonder whatever happened to that idea. I haven't heard about it since.
I don't think they could get it to quite work right, probably.
Probably not.
Sort of like the putting a tracking number on every bullet, which California seems to think they're going to be able to figure out how to do.
Can they
Yeah.
count that high?
I doubt it. They'd have to use AI or something to figure it out.
Yeah. That's incredible.
No, go ahead.
Was it New Jersey or somewhere that their Supreme Court reversed some gun laws about assault weapons? Let's say sporting rifles.
I think they had to. I think it went to SCOTUS, and SCOTUS said, nope, unconstitutional.
Yeah, and the magazines unconstitutional too.
Yep, that's slowly getting eroded away too, thank God. Speaking of that, I have a story exactly about that. The Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms and Explosives has proposed a rule that would allow federal firearms licensees to ship firearms directly to a buyer's home without requiring the buyer to set foot in a store. Predictably, gun control advocates and House Democrats are treating this as a public safety emergency. What they will not tell you is that the statutory authority for this kind of transaction has existed since 1968, and that the authority to restrict such transactions has been expressly prohibited by the Constitution since the ratification of the Second Amendment on December 15th, 1791. The proposed rule, formally titled Revising Non-Over-the-Counter Firearm Transactions, was published in the Federal Register on May 8th, 2026. It is one of the 34 regulatory proposals released as part of the broader ATF reform package following the February 25th executive order directing the agency to expand lawful gun access. Now, that was the part I wanted to kind of say something about. It was not the ATF that said, oh, yeah, we're going to do this because we care about you, because they don't. It was Trump's executive order that said, no, you have to do this.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Well, the ATF, I mean, look at these morons. These are the same people that, what was it, 10 years ago wanted to ban bump stocks.
Yeah.
And, okay, I'm not a bump stock guy. I don't own a bump stock. I never would own a bump stock. I think it's a stupid idea, but, hey, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't own a bump stock. If that's your thing, you want to go out and just rattle off, rounds at 50 cents a piece or whatever it is, 35 cents a piece now, knock yourself out. I don't care.
Yeah,
It doesn't affect me at all.
exactly.
That is exactly the reason why I can't. There's a Mac 11. I went to, when the Brady Bill was coming out, you had a little time when you could still go out and get autos.
Yeah.
And so I ran and got a Mac 11. And this is what I'm going to buy. And I said, this is cool. Why? Because I was in my early 20s. Everything like that would be cool.
Yes.
I went to the range. I threw in a magazine. 30 rounds in 3 seconds.
Yep.
I thought, I can't afford this. And I didn't hit nothing. It was an indoor range. I didn't even hit a freaking wall. So, it was a waste of money. No.
Now, I went to the range. This has got to be 15 years ago, 20 years ago now. It was a long time ago. But we were back up in Minnesota at the time, and And Minnesota, we didn't have a whole lot of outdoor ranges. There were a few private ones, but most of the ranges were indoor ranges, just because you could only use them 6 months a year, otherwise. And I go in there and I'm blazing away with my Beretta or whatever it was at the time. And guy comes up next to me in the lane next to me, and he was a one-armed guy. And he was a one-armed guy with a real thick German accent. And he pulls out a Mac, full auto, and starts rattling off 9mm over and over and over and over and over again. And he and I got to talking, and he said, "You know why I got it?" Nope. Because I've always wanted one.
Yeah.
And I thought, yeah, you're okay, Hans, or whatever his name was.
Fritz.
Yeah, Helmut.
Helmut.
Well, and
Yeah,
that's
so if you want one, and I agree with that wholeheartedly, the whole ATF crap, if you, I don't think the Constitution says you have to be a member of the military to own an automatic weapon. It does not.
It does
For
not.
a long time you could do that.
well,
I just think it's a waste of ammunition.
yeah.
But if you want to have one and not fire it, again, you got the money, buy it.
Exactly. Totally lost my
Well, the
train
one
of
that
thought.
really gets me is, when the anti-gunners start talking about, well, the founding fathers couldn't have foreseen the guns that we have today. They could not, back then they were all, muzzle loaders, and if they even had rifles, they were ridiculously expensive. Everything was smooth bore and yada yada yada. Well, there's a couple of fallacies with that. Number one, full automatic weapons have been around since the 1600s. The trouble with them was they were very expensive because they had to be handcrafted. Each individual piece had to be handcrafted. And that's why the colonial army and the British army did not have automatic weapons in the Revolutionary War. It's not that they weren't available, it's just that they were too expensive.
Yeah.
So that's number one. Number two, Alexander Hamilton, when he was Secretary of the Treasury, one of the things that he did, now this was back pre-1800. I don't remember exactly what years he was Secretary of the Treasury. It's irrelevant, but it was in the right around 1800. One of the things that he did was he put out a contract for the local farmers in the Northern Virginia, Southern Maryland area to bid on coming up with a design for firearms with interchangeable parts. In other words, you go to Bill's gun shop and buy a musket or buy a rifle or whatever it was, but the parts on that rifle or musket would fit a musket that was made by Sam down in Virginia Beach. And they never actually were able to successfully do that at the time, but the fact that the founding fathers actually thought about that makes it obvious that they did foresee a time when we would have firearms like our modern sporting rifles with the Lego parts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but I started to snicker on, or not, I thought what you're saying is funny, really. It's just that Alexander Hamilton put out a contract, and then you paused. And I thought, who the hell is he wanting to get killed?
No, that was because I was chewing snooze and had to swallow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought, damn.
He
I thought
was-
he was a good guy. He's putting out contracts on people.
Yeah. It wasn't in the mafia.
No,
Well, it's immaterial. It really is immaterial. The Second Amendment doesn't say, they can say, well, we have automatic weapons now. Okay, so do the bad guys have muskets? I don't want to hear this crap. Okay, so the Second Amendment doesn't say I am relegated to muskets. No, keep them bare. weapons. And like you're talking about automatic weapons, if I want, according to say, if I wanted a cannon in my backyard, why can't I?
Well, it's already
Without
been
paying any extra fees or anything.
yeah, it's already been proven that a lot of people had cannons back then that were just regular citizens.
Well, they weren't regular citizens. I mean, the towns, everybody had muskets. You had to hunt and that kind of stuff. But the wealthy had the cannons.
Yeah.
The wealthy in the town would have the cannon, and that's how they could, better defend the town. So there's no reason why we can't have these things.
Hey, Bob,
If
I'm
you
going.
want a cannon, get it.
Hey, Bob, I'm going dove hunting this weekend. Can I borrow your cannon?
Absolutely. I don't see a problem with this.
Well, and they
I'm
always
taking the whole flock out.
they always say, that's their go-to argument is, well, you don't need that. Well, it doesn't matter if I need it.
You don't know what I need. Actually, you don't know.
Exactly.
And you don't know that I won't need it next month.
Well, and then I saw this meme with who's that idiot, Hakeem Jeffries or whatever, where he's out of one side of his mouth he's saying we must have federal licenses and IDs for gun owners, and then out of the other side he says voter ID laws are racist and discriminatory. It's like, well, okay, yeah. For one, it is bad, and the other one it's good. I see.
Yeah, it's insane. And then you have Chucky Schumer. This is decades ago. This is the first time I wasn't really into politics or whatever. I don't know how I learned this, but he was saying, well, the Second Amendment is so the National Guard can have guns. What? I'm sorry. So you're telling me that the Second Amendment was written as is to tell the government that the government can have guns? That's the first time in history that ever had to be said. So, yeah. We've got idiots. And the scary thing to me is we have these conniving evil people that say stupid stuff. Do you see how I caught myself there? I was really proud I didn't say shit. But we have these people. We have these people that go, yeah, what he said, he's right. He's got to be right because he's a politician. No.
No, that shows you that they're not right.
Right. And facts are in their head.
Yeah.
The guns are necessary so that you can hold them at the politician's head.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, basically, yes.
Funny.
Go ahead.
Well,
No, I said basically yes.
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole purpose of this entire exercise.
Well, look here. You're talking about, we've gone all over the map with this. I mean, because that's what we do. And it's kind of fun. But I'm sorry. I'm getting over a sickness, folks. I'm sorry. I sound bad and I'm coughing. My bad. Sorry. Actually, blame Fauci. But why do you need guns? Well, this is from Zero Hedge. It's one of my favorite places to go. I don't know. Have you guys heard of what's his name? Hold on. Piker.
Yes.
Hassan Piker?
Yes.
Hassan Piker. This guy is a freak of freaking nature. I mean, anyway, this is, again, from Zero Hedge. We're here to destroy the white race. Democrat Socialists of America who declares war on West. Now, this guy is, he goes and he backs and supports all these idiot SDA people, and they apparently like his support. He's an influencer, podcaster, that kind of crap.
Yeah, I guess so.
And Marxist streamer Hassan Parker has emerged as an increasingly visible, if unofficial, spokesman for the Democrat Socialists of America, rapidly expanding political action network. Okay, let's get right down to it. I'm going to cut through all the bull crap. This is what he says. Okay. Skip that. Sorry, I need to learn how to print stuff out. Okay, this is Ayal Yakub. Huh?
Or read.
Oh, bite me. Okay. Hassan Piker calls on his followers to kill capitalists. He says, "Yay, yeah, kill them. Kill those MFers and murder those MFers in the streets. Let the streets soak in their effing red capitalist blood, dude."
I think the bigger question to this is how come he is not in police custody already?
First thing I was wondering. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? It's almost as if they're working against us. Well, here's another thing he says. We want more immigrants to come into your countries, and then they're going to F your sisters and then your daughters. We're here to destroy the white race, bitch.
Oh, really?
He also says that his favorite flag is Hezbollah. And he holds no patriotism for America, where he lives and he's making money.
Yeah, isn't that funny how they all scream about how bad we are and this and that, but they all live here.
Yep.
Yeah, because those particular people want to come here to destroy here.
Yeah.
But you look over what's going on in England, and when he says we're here to rape your daughters and rape your sisters, they're not kidding. And little boys as well.
When somebody tells you that they are going to kill you and they are going to destroy your country, believe them.
Yeah,
they mean it.
Exactly. And when your government isn't taking proper action, you better question who's that government working for. And with England, we know who they're working for.
Yeah.
It's not the British.
No.
Yeah, that's obvious.
But here, and we've gotten so, we got these, the little yellow tags, don't tread on me and this kind of stuff, and NRA stickers all over your pickup trucks and all that crap. Half of them don't even carry a gun, if not worse than half.
Yeah, everybody's a cheerleader.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, did you see what is going on in Ireland?
A whole lot of drinking, I'm sure.
Probably, but no, I guess they're finally fed up with the invaders, and they started hurling pork at them. They've got these makeshift catapults and slingshots and things like that, and they're just pelting them with pork.
Just don't waste bacon, please.
No, I know. All right.
But this is exactly what I'm saying. This is exactly why you better have guns. Look, men, and not just men. I've known a lot of women that could burn your eyes out in a heartbeat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, carry, and not only that, teach your children, teach your daughters.
Yeah, just like that story I did.
Yeah, teach them how to shoot. Provide them with weapons. Look. These people are psychotic. They're demon-possessed. They're weirdos. My 91-year-old mother now, 3 years ago when my father passed, I got her a handgun. It's one of those, was it Chief Special or whatever?
Like a 30.
And it comes with a laser dot on it.
Mm-hmm.
So she could, I got some snap caps in there, and she could turn on the laser dot and shoot at the clock or whatever. I call her Little Annie Oakley because she is so rock steady with that thing. When she aims it with the dot and she pulls the trigger, if she's aiming for the center of the nose, at worst, she's going to knock out one or the other eye. Don't have a clue. I don't think she's ever been trained, but she is just a natural born killer.
Well, they say that women are better shots than men, so.
Oh, they are. I've trained a lot of them. It's just because women, okay, they point in the store and say, I want that, I want that, I want that. You just try. Okay, this gun is an extension of your finger. What do you not want? And they are good.
That's a good point. I never thought of it that way, but that explains a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
When
right.
Daphne was alive, if stuff hit the fan, I was going to be behind her. I mean, that crazy woman, she's the one from the curb to the front door. There's $20 bills, and she'd be, honey bunny, you can't do that. That's hunting over a baited field. You can't do that.
Just a pile of money sitting out in the front yard. All right, let's do weird news and get out of here.
It's time for Weird News.
All right, first off, in weird news, a man who claims to be a time traveler from the year 2033 has shared a series of shocking predictions about the future of humanity, including the alleged arrival of aliens in 2028. Hopefully, not aliens like as in the Aliens movie. And he's saying we're going to have some world peace. So, what do you guys think? You think this dude's for real?
Smoking some stuff, not nicotine.
Probably
We've
not.
already got aliens here, so I mean, Prince Charles, King Charles, whatever. He's a lizard people, man.
I think you.
Oh, yeah. Wookie said, Sass, that it's King Charles now.
Yeah, that's right.
It's not Prince Charles.
Yeah, well, it's. I've always known him as Prince Charles, so that's what slipped out. But yeah, I mean, according to I know her, everybody's a lizard people.
They're already here. They've invaded our vital bodily fluids, man.
Oh, my gosh. That was beautiful. Reference to Dr. Strangelove.
That's
Awesome.
why I only drink rainwater and grain alcohol.
There you go. All right, number 2 in weird news. Australian police have closed a homicide investigation in rural New South Wales after forensic tests revealed what was thought to be human remains in a suitcase that was actually a lifelike doll. The suitcase was discovered on the side of the road near a remote village. The contents were mistaken for human originally, so they were very realistic in terms of looking like human remains. They further explained the doll was wearing clothing, had hair and a nose piercing, and had markings that resembled bruises and grazes, making it difficult to immediately determine it was not a body. The two men who...
They're still looking for Pee Wee Herman to return the merchandise.
Maybe, but he dead, so ain't gonna happen.
Ah.
The two men who found the suitcase were initially shocked by the discovery, but police said they made the right decision by reporting it. Okay, two men that found it and discovered it. No, they didn't find it and discovered it. They're the ones that put it there.
Why?
Good chance.
Well, that's just my thinking on it, but I think they kind of were doing stuff with this doll and decided, okay, we're done with this. What do we do with it?
Turn it into the cops?
I guess. I mean,
I would say
Well,
that's a pretty high probability.
the smart thing for them to do would have been to dig a hole like Einor's neighbor and set it on fire.
Well, yeah, that would work too.
Or how about just chunk it in a dumpster?
Yeah, I guess you could, but if your DNA is on it, if you know what I'm
Well, I
saying.
mean, it's
then
not
don't call the
illegal to
cops.
be doing the deal with a doll.
Well,
I mean,
yeah,
I think even in Australia that might be required, isn't it?
it might be.
They're a little
Only if they're
bizarre
Muslim.
down there.
All right.
We'll have to ask Fang Fairy and Nat, because they're kind of close to Australia.
Yep, they're all the same because they're close.
Boy, we're going to get some. I'm going to get some hate mail from the both of them.
Probably.
Love you both.
All right. And lastly, Count Binface. Have you ever heard of Count Binface?
I'm afraid to even ask.
Well,
Yeah, me too.
he, if it is a he, is a self-described intergalactic space warrior, and he has landed in the center of the UK's political universe ahead of a special election Thursday that was derided as a farce long before the ballot was packed with nearly 36 candidates. Binface, who has run against prime ministers past and present, was the first to throw his bucket in the ring. Now, there's I got a picture of Bin Face. They call him Bin Face because he has basically a garbage bin on it over his head. Yeah, he was the first to throw his bucket into the ring when Reform UK leader Nigel Farage, whatever his name is, abruptly quit Parliament and said he would seek re-election to clear his name over financial allegations. Game on, Nige, Binface declared soon after Farage, portraying himself as the victim of a witch hunt, said he would represent the people against the establishment. So I guess Binface is here to right the wrongs of the UK. I don't know.
So he's defending the establishment, Binface, then?
No, he's running against the establishment because Nigel Farage is the establishment. He's just the COINTEL establishment member.
I thought Nigel Farage was fighting against the establishment.
Well, it appears that way.
I was going to say every politician says that.
Well, that's true.
All right. Well, that's the end, fellas. We got to the end. We made it.
If you can't trust an intergalactic warrior, who can you trust?
That's true.
It's true, yeah. I would love to get him in the same room as David Icke, or Icky, or Icke, whatever his name is, the guy that came out with the whole lizard people conspiracy.
Yeah.
Get those two in the same room, that would be hilarious.
Well, you take the bin off of Binface and maybe there's a lizard under there.
If we could have him on the show.
Oh, and speaking of which, if we could have a moment of silence, because I found a half-eaten lizard outside my house yesterday, so.
You got cats?
We have, I guess, there's cats around here, but it was possibly a raccoon, possum, coyote, who knows.
Or your dog.
No, it was in the front, so the dogs don't go out in the front.
Okay, our dogs love those little Geico lizards.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm betting on cats, but okay. Moment of silence for the lizard. Moment is less than a second, so we're done.
Yeah, we're done. All right, well, get us on out of here, Denton.
Look here, guys. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we enjoyed making it. Now, I know that I Nora had fun and Sass had fun, and I think I had fun. We all had fun. So, look here. Love everybody. Don't trust everybody. Take care of everybody. Be good. Be good to your neighbor. Be good to everybody. Oh, good gravy. I'm choking myself.
Be good to your throat.
We're doomed. What do we do?
Well, I would suggest we drink up.
I know. What do you think?
Works for me.
We're out of here.
Have a good week, y'all.
Oh, by the way, we never mentioned Outdoor Trading Post.
Oh, yeah, the outdoortradingpost.org. It's where we all hang out. So
come sit a spell.
And have your pads on because it gets rough there. Don't be a coward. Jump in. All right, you guys take care. We'll talk to you all next week. Bye.